Weather, unlike climate changes on an everyday basis. One way that many stations around the world predict weather is through a system known as the General Circulation Model. This model divides the atmosphere, land, and ocean into grids where air, soil, water, temperature, salinity, humidity, greenhouse gases, and many more variables are measured. With the measured CO2 levels, the model is able to predict possible and realistic changes that occur, and there are three main scenarios. A2 is business as usual, meaning nothing really changes in terms of emissions. A1B uses a reduction in population growth, a booming economy, and reduced emissions to project its changes. Lastly, B1 uses the same ideas as A1B, just more drastic. All of these pose threats, but the one to focus on is A2, since it assumes society does not impose changes for the better. The A2 threats are consistent increases of fossil fuel emissions and greenhouse gases, which heat up the Earth. This heat then imposes significantly on Arctic regions. In specific, northern Norway is known for being very cold, with layers and sheets of ice, glaciers, and all types of cold weather habitats. These are all at risk because with increased heat, ice is more susceptible to melting, which lowers the albedo effect and makes the area warm faster, as Arctic surface and atmospheric temperatures have substantially increased in the observational record. Environmentally, these variations in sea ice cover influence surrounding temperature, humidity, wind, ocean temperature, and ecosystem productivity. Along with that, these rising temperatures lead to thawing of permafrost, change in precipitation patterns, and have a possibility to diminish infrastructure and related services in Norway, like residential buildings, facilities, and rural settlements. Circling back to the animals, species like plankton, shellfish, and regular fish are projected to shift their ranges in the future if they can adapt or even survive. This hurts the natural food cycle and local fishing in the Arctic. The loss of the Arctic sea ice is occurring at rates that surpass what is projected, and if this keeps up, trends point towards marine and mammal populations diminishing with an increase in sea level. Even indigenous communities may be forced to relocate. Given these are projections, there is still time to prevent them, but almost all of the solutions involve reducing carbon emissions and using more renewable energy. This is not an easy task to enforce, but it will have to be put into action now if we want to change our future.